fellow Gambians, residents and friends of the Gambia. All praise is due to Allah, the Almighty, for sparing us the life through another calendar year. As we usher in 2025, we can all rejoice with gratitude for the successes registered in 2024. Since the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, our economic and social and general welfare fared much better during these 12 months than before. Remarkably, this is so in spite of the ongoing global economic crisis and the battle against price hikes and shortages of essential commodities. Our policies and programs are certainly paying dividends, and looking into the future, there are huge prospects ahead. Regardless of the few horrible crimes recorded during the year, the Gambia remains peaceful, especially in comparison to many other countries. This stability has contributed to the state of the economy, which is growing steadily, as confirmed by International Monetary Fund assessment reports. Revenue collection is improving satisfactorily, thus facilitating the implementation of major development projects, some of which are fully funded by government. The tourist season in the country is booming again, and by end December 2024, 233,411 tourist arrivals have been expected. It is projected that 263,764 tourists will visit the country during the 2024-2025 tourist season. Progress made in infrastructure development is formidable. Our road network is developing at a rapid pace, and it is redefining travel, business, and social life in communities across all regions of the country. Our institutional reforms are progressing very well, with various commissions in full operation. The Gambia's international ratings continue to rise by the year. Our profile has changed remarkably, and our credibility has grown worldwide. As evidence of this, currently, the Gambia holds key positions at both the African Union and the United Nations, UN. In addition, according to the 2024 Global Expression Report of Article 19, the Gambia is ranked third as Africa's leading defenders of freedom of expression. At the successful hosting of the May 2024 OIC Summit, I had the honor of being elected as chair of the second biggest world organization for a 3-year term. In this capacity, I lament the conflict in the Middle East and other parts of the Muslim world. In the same vein, we must denounce all conflicts, no matter where they exist, and advocate restraint and peaceful coexistence in all conflict zones. The UN and world leaders should boldly condemn unrest and external aggression. such as the type waged by Israel against the Palestinians and other nations. The hosting of the ONVG Council meeting this month and the bilateral agreements between the Gambia and Spain on one hand and Saudi Arabia on the other also manifests the growing image of the Gambia worldwide. Fellow Gambians, residents, and friends of the Gambia, a major setback in 2024 is the groundnut crop failure in some communities last summer. While my government is providing support for the victims, I ask for everyone's assistance where feasible. Fortunately, sorghum and rice production has not been badly affected. In fact, it is hoped that very soon we will be able to produce sufficient rice for home consumption. It is obvious, nonetheless, that our farmers must diversify their farming approaches, schedules, and produce if we are to attain our agricultural production targets. Despite the global economic crisis, we have successfully maintained the tariff for groundnuts. This is to make sure that the purchasing power of the farmers is not eroded in any way. Fellow Gambians, residents, and friends of the Gambia, 2025 is the year leading to the 2026 presidential election. There is an obvious need for restraint, respect for the rule of law, and avoiding divisive politics and unrest. It is unfortunate that politics has become a divisive tool across Africa, leading to divisions along ethnicity and party affiliation. This must not be encouraged in the Gambia. Our common identity as Gambians, social values, religious beliefs, and cultural heritage are socially supportive enough to unify us. We must be aware that the only threat to our unity, development, and progress is politics. It must not divide us. Let us define politics from a positive perspective as a means of bonding and working together for the welfare of the nation. The challenges before us are numerous. We have the economy to grow, infrastructure to construct, and a youthful human resource base to develop. The need is equally urgent for us to improve our education and healthcare systems, protect the environment, increase the use of technology, and among other tasks, scale up energy generation and food production for self-sufficiency. These challenges are too many for us to allow politics or other minor issues to derail us, delay our progress, and deter us from maintaining the peace and stability upon which our future depends. I plead that we put our political differences aside and unite to address our development needs. I particularly advise the youth to pay special attention to their well-being. Drugs, crime, irregular migration, lack of skills, and disregard for education are counterproductive. the continuity of our advancement individually, as well as our national progress. Security, peace, and development rests on the youth. The future lies in knowledge production and application, innovation, research, technology, and productivity. You, the youth, have the opportunity to broaden your horizons in these areas so that the Gambia can match other nations in all spheres of development. Like the women, we put in every effort to support you. As in matters of health and survival, you come first at the family, school, and skills acquisition levels. We encourage you, therefore, to make the best use of the opportunities at your disposal. Do not allow yourselves to be used as instruments of resistance, crime, or destruction. Nor must you allow anyone to use you for sabotage or subversion. As Gambians, young and old, let us stand united and not turn against one another. The unrest in other lands suffice as lessons for us. Fellow Gambians, residents and friends of the Gambia, the revised draft constitution has been submitted to the National Assembly, and we hope that it will be presented to the people for a referendum. There are procedures in every stage of our political development, and my government will comply with all constitutional requirements. I must equally emphasize that neither the government nor any section of the Gambian community can impose their will on the nation. As such, let us all be law-abiding and democratic citizens, fellow Gambians. By all indications, 2025 is a promising year. With the right frame of mind, right attitude, right resolution, and commitment, we will do much better as a nation. I propose that our resolution for 2025 be anchored to working in solidarity for a better Gambia. This implies turning a new leaf for the better, resolving our differences, consulting and accommodating one another, being empathetic and appreciative of everyone, working hard in unity, and wishing one another well. So far, we have made tremendous progress in all areas of development, and we are determined to do much better. I assure you that there will be more people-oriented development projects that include road construction, access to electricity and water, and provision of vital facilities. In this respect, I call on the municipalities and area councils, the National Road Authority, the National Environment Agency, and other relevant enforcement agents to work cordially with the government to keep our cities, towns, and communities clean, as we continue to provide the much-needed road infrastructure and social services. The private sector and civil society organizations remain our close partners in development. As partners, we have to work hand in hand to complement our efforts. Let us solidify the partnership and support each other for the betterment of every citizen. There is no doubt that our women are also very strong partners and contributors to the economy. My government will continue to support and empower them. To benefit from government support, we encourage interested persons to organize themselves and engage in productive projects. Government funds are for all citizens, male and female, but we must follow due procedure in whatever we do. The new pay increases for civil servants and pensioners are meant to uplift the status of every Gambian, alleviate all sufferings, and ensure quality living standards for all Gambians. Through such incentives, we expect our public servants to be amply motivated to work efficiently and increase their productivity levels. Fellow Gambians, residents and friends of the Gambia, I thank you for your cooperation and support over the years. And this includes the international community and our religious and community leaders. Without you and the Gambian people, both in the country and diaspora, we would not be so successful. At this point, I must pay special tribute to all public servants and to the economic contingent and our security services for their excellent service to the nation. This year, the Gambia Police Force has made us especially proud by winning the 2023-2024 Best National Police Service in West Africa at the 18th Security Watch Africa Awards held in Qatar this month. I congratulate them and encourage them to keep up the momentum. For all these successes of the year, I thank you all. As we celebrate the new year, however, I request that we remember to pray for the sick and the departed souls. Likewise, let us pray for peace, unity and progress for the Gambian nation and the global community. I wish you all a very happy, peaceful and prosperous year ahead, with good health, security and stability for us and for the rest of the world. God bless us all. I thank you for your kind attention.